desktop one. Try to get the report out with the AGI, and I ended up losing the battle trying to re-educate it for the American market. Drive me, as you know, drives me bonkers. Right, and now I need to turn that one off. I wish I could find out how to actually stop YouTube opening up a brand new screen every time. And it says I've got a little bear here, chimp, which you can easily call YouTube. Something's gone wrong with it. I'm not in the mood today to fiddle with YouTube, so it's gone wrong. And then hard luck. Right. Right, we've got the closing gap. A quick recap. Closing gap on. Right. Well, it's not saying it's streaming, but hey ho, we'll see. Right. Oh, it must be. Hi Andy, how you doing, mate? Andy Argent's on. Right. So we closed the gap. That market inefficiency from a daily high all the way down to here. Eventually. Got closed, and we're looking for a 15-minute bar reversal off the 2-day high here, ideally. DAX, I took a reverse fractal off the close. I'm not sure where there is at the moment. Right, so we're 37 points up at the moment on that. Crude, I had robots come in, so when we're doing a one-to-one, I think it was with Andrea, I took the money and ran, and then the robot come on and finish it off with just a midges watts it away from a full target, which was very nice indeed after walking the dog from up here. So
I took it at 30 because of the congestion, because I thought, oh, is it going to get to 21? Is it going to get there? And obviously it did in the end.
Yeah,
but I took it just before.
I think I took mine at 52 pips, so I was quite happy with 52 pips with a 26 stop.
Mine was about the same. I think mine was more than that. I think I got 70 something. I think.
Oh, well done.
So I was 9 points off the 9 pips off the target, but the congestion was there, and I thought, this is looking a bit dicey now. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I think you're absolutely right. There's no, once you get past your one-to-one risk reward, what we're going for is a one-to-one. Get those rupees in. You know, the FTSE come down, finish. We smashed that. The DAX come down, really nice trade. Crude's come down over 2%, and then the bot clicked in as well, so I'm quite happy. The thing I've not looked at, and really it's a bit of a sore point really this morning, is do you know what? I mean, I'm not going to. I'm going to press the button. I'm not going to like where I look. I say, when we went off live, when I was with doing a talky bit with Andrea, what I did is I put the FTSE on with not the FTSE on, the gold on with a trailing stop, and it went in at 4328. And come out at 433.76 for 13.4 pips on a T-stop. No, it was 2 points. So it's just over 6 points. So I did get some gold, but hardly anything. We made all the money this morning, and I took the profit, and I think I've still got it left on, and I'm going to be gutted when I look at this, I think. Oh. Yeah. So took all
I put on too, and I got about 7 pips right at the end, and then I thought, no, this is going. I'm getting out now.
Well, yeah, we took all the profit this morning here, thinking we were really, really clever, and switched all the robots off as well. You know, it's one thing losing money then because you just lose it because you get the wrong trade, but when you make a shed load of money and then you decide to bank it, then watch the market make a lot more when you're not in it is just I'm ashamed. It's a disgrace. So I traded this on a 1 minute. I was on a 1 minute tick, Looking at I will actually do that 9 EMA thing because it is so powerful. Everyone should look at the 9 EMA trick, and yeah, it's just bang, 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 and yeah, it's just such a powerful trade, that wasn't it today?
The one we didn't do, you mean?
Back.
You mean the one we didn't do?
The one, yeah. We did the early morning, made the rupees, but we've I don't even. Let's measure how many rupees. I got 6 out of this, and there was 50. Oh, you are joking me! 55 on the table.
It's a lot.
But we got, where's it? Me edge. Do you know what? I should listen. I should listen to myself in the morning when I do the forecast. What did I put?
Yeah.
Where did we put? 920, 42.98, and it will hit 43.35. Ugh. I did predict it, and then thought I knew better than doing I did a detailed analysis, and on the fly, I decided just to lesson to be learnt for people in the room. Well, everyone in the room knows I was being a bit. I shouldn't swear. We're on YouTube. I was moaning like hell this morning about it, but for people watching on YouTube, great lesson. If your analysis says a certain number and you like your analysis and it's generally good, which, you know, this looks like it was pretty good, don't change your flipping mind. Stop snatching at profits and let them run. And this is a great example on what not to do. So for anything we do we do it all. So that was getting in. We don't want that sad picture down there because we got out too early. Yeah. Well, we're heading towards record highs, and it wouldn't surprise when the American market opens. It takes us to the next level. Dare I look at silver? Oh, new all-time record highs. But we'll see what we can do. Let's go back. We've put some trades on. I put the trades on. Where's my mouse gone? Where's my mouse gone? There we are. Trades. So we went for the gap. So that the FTSE gap closed. That is US 500, and that was a that was reversal at 9 pips to close that gap there. And oh, right, no point in talking about that. Gap closed. Well done, guys. So that happened. The NASDAQ was another one, which was an early doors futures trade to give that gap a close. But because of the volatility of the NASDAQ and the way it's going at the moment, I've only risked 0.5% on that. So let's go. Please put that up on a different screen. Let's go and have a look at what happened with the NASDAQ. So we made one full percent on the S&P, which is nice, and we're going to trade that again. We're going to get a 15-minute bar after the close. Hi, Neil. And we're going to trade that again. So let's have a look at the NAS. We're up on the NASDAQ, so we can do the gap on the NASDAQ. We're in the money in the NAS. Let's just go and have a look at the Dow, and we'll circle back to these. Flipping heck, I can't believe we've only got 4 people on YouTube. Obviously they don't like me jibber jabber. Right. The closing, wow, because the closing gap, we've got the closing gap down here to have a crack at. So really, if we look at the gap trading numbers, this is the daily edge, of course. We're looking at roughly, we want to be around about 80 pips away minimum, ideally 160. Let's have a quick look from the closing gap. There's the extreme gap, which was filled 50 pips away. Can we see around about 80? Yes, we can. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to put 80 and 80 in to close that gap. It is going against the trend, and we do have an extreme gap here as well. So because we're going against the trend, we only have a risk half if we go against the trend. When we go with the trend, we're quite happy to put the full Monty on, a full 1% trade. But when we're going against the gap, we do not. when we're going against the trade, let's get this right. So we're setting that now into the close. Right. So we've got 80 pips into there, and we've got 3 minutes left. So should we? Does anyone in the room want to do the NASDAQ gap other than what I've already put on, or shall we just look at the Dow on the open?
I'm in the NAS.
Right.
Unfortunately.
It was looking good, and then it doesn't look so good now. We're right that hopefully we should get the pivot boys around here to pick this one up and walk up with us. We've got 68 pips to the gap. We need 48 as a minimum, ideally 96. So I don't want to go half cocked into the. We've already made money on the S&P. We've made money. We're in this now at half. I don't want to do it. Put the Dow and the NASDAQ at a full whack each. So I'm going to go half and half, 1% risk, and we'll see where we can go from there. So I've been desperately packing everything. I need to run. I need to be walking out this door at 3:30. Otherwise, I'll be watching the plane take off rather than being on board it. I've got myself 15 minutes contingency. So hopefully there's no traffic and we'll be able to run from here after making a pocket full of rupees, I hope. And let's see where we can go. So because we're in the NAS, we'll watch the NAS first. I mean, I'll put the DAX up, the Dow up on a different screen so I can keep an eye on the Dow as well. So Dow's been clicked in. Right. 15 seconds to go. Let's see. Well, that's quite interesting. The Dow is spiking. It did spike up and it's coming back down, and the NASDAQ is taking us down to CBOS. Cam trade on CBOS, guys, if you wanted to take it. BTC is setting up as well, but we're not looking at that at the moment. So there is a cam trade to be had. Cam trades are 48 pips. Did anyone in the room do the cam trade?
No, I'm already in.
Yeah, I haven't done it. I'm quite happy to let the market settle itself here. Oh, the Dow started running down really nicely, run down 50 odd pips and then decided to retrace itself. Nice. Come on. Let's just, we'll keep this running and just have a quick look. Is there an opportunity for a stop to entry on the Dow? The market did run down, well, 34 pips. So this is the extreme gap. These are, what I mean by extreme gap for people on YouTube, and there's not a lot of people on YouTube follow. When you're following people on YouTube, you're not really following traders usually. Usually following, what do we call it? Entertainers. Because if they don't talk about pivots, they're not a real trader. Cash markets have pivots, and to trade them successfully, you must understand where all the pivot points in the market are. So the daily high from yesterday was here. That's known as an extreme gap. If the market is trading above this level when you open cash, and the close is the closing gap. And that's where the cash market finished yesterday. That's the settlement price. So we're just risking half on here because we are going against the trend. And we don't really like to go against the trend, but it is a system trade, and it met the minimum criteria of 80 points. So we're going for it, but we're only going for it 0.5%. So that's not really moving one way or another too much. The S&P, we've already successfully closed that gap. Come on. And the market's just come off. In fact, this one, we did a futures market trade to close that gap, as I showed you before. But the market opened here. The market is still not closed. That gap is still not closed. That's an open gap to trade. So if we can get down towards the pivot round, if we can get into this level, ideally into the daily pivot, as I mentioned this morning, we would buy that. All the pivot boys and all the Mickey Longs would be in there. Have we got Spain checking in? And Andy, are you in Spain or are you in Billericay? Oh yeah, you can't talk, can you? You're on YouTube. Sorry. I'm just looking at the screens and I'm seeing you up there. I'm thinking, which room are you in? Billericay. All right. Okay. All right, man. I'll be hopefully in some a warm evening this, when I get off the plane tonight. Yes, I'm watching. But yeah, Bell's in Spain. So really, I'm Billy No Mates really, because 3 of the 4 people that are watching, 3 of the 6 that are watching, they're all people in the room who I know. Ah, dear me. And you often wonder why it's stream. And we've been having this debate, haven't we, in the trading room, whether to carry on doing YouTube trading, YouTube streaming, because, well, yeah, because we don't get a lot of people on YouTube watching the live streams. I don't know if they're not able to do because of the time stream. And then I get maybe half a dozen people watching, and then get 30 emails afterwards for people who weren't watching, but I've got loads and loads of queries. So be good if you could, the reason we're going live is to show people things live and try and answer questions live. Yeah. So I don't have to answer 30 or 40 YouTube emails a day. Yeah. Because, they're genuine queries, but maybe if they watch the live stream, it might be helpful. Certainly, probably not entertaining, but might be helpful. Right.
Why are you on US 500 now? You're done, aren't you?
I'll tell you what. You can answer that question.
I don't know, because I was just my stomach doesn't like the NAS at the moment. It is improving. So now, but
we closed the gap on the S&P, but as you know, the S&P, as you can see, the S&P opened under the closing gap. Yeah. So there's a gap trade there, but we need to be 9 pips away to be able to take it. And I was waiting to see if the market can come down so we can take advantage of the gap again and just make double bubble. But it looks like it's going to come up. So what we'd be looking for here would be a 15-minute bar to take this up. Well, where would we take this up today? I got AI to do the report for me, but it's just throwing a wobbly. It's just talking a load of garbage. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like I
like that report. I do like the report. It's a good report.
Yeah, it's doing a Jonesy on me. From the Dad's Army. Wrong circles, saying don't panic. It's absolute load of garbage. So what I should do is run the morning report for like this, which gives you all the updates and everything, blah 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 blah, and then roll it, and then roll it like this. But to be honest, we do the forecasts in 2 hours before the market opens, and don't do too bad. But you've got to have a flipping good crystal ball to forecast at 6 o'clock in the morning what's going to happen in 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure.
So it is a toughie. So I should run the same intelligence again for the US market to update the market, and but we're doing that on the fly now. So if we're looking at Wall Street's, this is annoying. It's going to go back. Well, annoying. We're about to close the gap on here, so that's absolutely fine. I think a break on a daily high is a fractal here. If you turn the fractals on, then I'll be interested in taking a fracker here. If we move out a little bit and have a look what's happened, because that market's absolutely flat.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
But I feel like a box drawing exercise coming on. The market's come up and it's gone sideways. I wonder where it's going to go to next. I think a possible, if this is the bottom, then I think C-ball's definitely on the cards. If we just run this to the bottom, there is the 61.8 Fibonacci's at 92, 6942, so 6,942. So I would think C-ball will definitely be on the cards as a target up here for sure today. And that fractal breakout would be a lovely fractal breakout. That's a 1 hour fracker break. And a little bit lower is the 15-minute fractal. The 5 minute is the one I'm really interested in, which is here. A breakout of here would be really, really good. That gap's going to get closed. And a fractal break, if we can find a new fractal between here and the close, a new fractal would be really, really nice if that can set up. And we'd certainly take that one. Certainly take that one. So this is going to be the gap close for the second time. Let's see how are we still in the in here. Just we're 20 30 points up, so that's okay. But keep an eye on there. So what we should do, we're in the afternoon, we've got the DAX, we've closed the gap. It should be, should check this before I open my mouth, the DAX should be on a rah-rah. It should have took off. Yes, we're 65 points up, so we're over 1% up now, and we're on 3 minute frackers of the order of the day. Just have a quick look on here. Yep, I'm just make sure I'm in there as well. Flick it across. And I think we'll take, that is the DAX, isn't it, that we positioned on. Oh, market's frozen, no pen. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Trade locker's frozen. Why have we got a lockout? We better hadn't have been manipulated on here. As I say, you know, when you can only move so much. We moved 10,000, went up $10,000 yesterday. That might have been too much. And we've done a couple of thousand this morning. We might have been kicked out of the prop fund live. just updating at the moment, or it's trying to. It's a blank screen. Oh dear me. Right, so what we're going to do on the DAX now is one of two things. We can lock a 1% in, or we can just follow the fractal structure here. Let's get the come on, what's happening with Pro Realtor? There we are. We can follow the fractal structure here. So what do we want to do? ATR is 30th. We want to really be an ATR away from the at least half an ATR away from the price, which is at 17 pips. We're 19 pips. So let's lock in 1%. So if the market goes wrong, we'll bank 1, and then we'll look for a further 3-minute fracker to be able to take advantage of the market. We're already in the 25.550s. Call options for January, bought them at 28, and now 42 to sell, and the 30s on the 25.550s are 38. So we're nicely into the money there. Oil's flat, US tech's down 8 points, Wall Street's up 16 points, and trade lock is frozen.
Alert triggered.
Do you know what? I not being skeptical, of course, is I've had this before. When you sat on a whole bunch of rupees, the trade locker stops working, so you can't cash out, and it suddenly starts to work again once you once the market's reversed on you. This website is unresponsive. Is it going to work? Yes, it's going to decide to work. I don't trust it, so I'm going to move my stop up, and it's where you can see there we're up around about 700-800. I think I'll just take that, because for the 24-hour period we're up a couple of thousand, so that'll be fine. I just don't trust it. Will it let me take the money? Yes. All right, okay. So we're down on Wall Street 26 points, and we're down on US 500 34 points. If they both fail, we'll lose 1%. In the round of, or the sequence of trades, we've already made 1% on the S&P, so that will wipe out even balance. We've locked in 1% on the DAX, so we can't go wrong there. Crude, we're out of crude for. Is everyone in the room out of crude, or is anyone still in crude?
I'm out.
I'm still in.
Oh, good. We'll go and have a look at crude then. I've took the money, as you know, and I've used the robot to carry it down potentially, but it's not carrying it down very well. It's underwater, so obviously, Andrew, you'll be well into the money. I do expect 57.20 to be hit today, possibly later on. If you look at the from every time frame from 15 minutes all the way through 4 hours, the market trend is definitely down. Price action is down. We're trading under the 9 EMA. There is nothing on here or news at the moment that is really going to keep this market from continuing its downward trajectory. As I talked about that this morning, we should see 57.20 today, and it's having a bit of tumultuous time and trying to get down there. But hey ho, let's go and see if gold has pulled back yet. Not really. It's just going flat, isn't it? I don't think anyone wants to play at this level. We hope not. We hope the market just drops off and we can then have the opportunity to get back in. And spot silver's been fantastic. And took the money up here in the spot silver and waiting for it to pull back to get back in again.
And the NAS?
Which would be nice. The NAS, we've just come off the NAS.
Oh, did I miss that bit?
Oh, sorry, I was talking about a screen I was looking at. Look at this, right down onto the CBOS. The CBOS only works once. Sorry, the cam trade only works once. Nobody took it, so it is where it is. But the trade was 48 points, I believe. Let's have a quick check on the daily edge. 48 points. 48 points there, yes. So I'll get the ruler off for here. That was the trade. It was a 48 point stop. So down here with a 48 point run up, and it run up 100 points. So easy 1% bounce trade there. Nice. Again, we didn't take it. The amount of trades I watched today that we'd set up and said, oh, these will be okay. Then don't go and take them, then they go and work. And yeah. It looks like I can't see the Wall Street, I can't see the Dow on my screen, so it looks like we've been stopped. Look at that. Dow's taking off. Dow all-time record highs. S&P, same again. Get a bit of paper out. Santa Rally stats so far. I'll read these out to you. The FTSE is the poor relation, actually, after being a really good index so far this year, one of the best. Run up is on the Santa Rally trades that I talked about and published. If you go on my website, you can get the paper on the Santa Rally, download it in PDF. You don't have to put your name or anything in, you can just go and download it. But it's on my website under blogs. FTSE 3.61 up. DAX 6.64 up. Last year did 10%, and over the decade averages out at 7. It's on 6.6 at the moment. S&P with a new record high, 6.39, and the Dow up, new record high, 6.96. And the other hot favourites this year we had nailed down with the DAX and the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ has actually hit 8.4% on the Santa Rally. So brilliant. So we've gone from 3 to 8. Every single market has gone up. 3%, 6%, 6%, 6%, 8%. So yeah, if you don't know where to get the documents, the PDF download, I'll just show people. So it's on the recording, so you can see where to get it. This is right, and there's the blog posts there. I've just started doing these. I've only done 2. I'm going to do another one next week. I'll do kind of one a week on topics. Obviously, gold is a big topic, and there's a blog on there with a free download, and this is what I'm talking about, Santa Rally. Just click on the Santa Rally, and it's all documented in here. And this is what we forecast. Everything's working really nice. I've just given you the stats on what happened. DAX was 10 last year. NASDAQ is 7. The NASDAQ has already outperformed its 7% of last year because it put in 8.4, and the DAX is 6.6, and that's 10. So if you want to look at the video on that, there's a video there. It tells you all about it. And then you just hit that button there, PDF download, and it should just download instantly into a PDF that tells you about and to learn for next year the Santa Rally and how it works. and why. Same thing for gold as well, actually. One there. If you hit that, whoops, there's a gold. Video on gold, you know, the rules on gold, on why it moves up, why it moves down, what banks are buying and why. Video explains it all again to the PDF. Hit that and it will download and it will explain all about gold and how gold moves. So if you go to the website, they are there. Right, this is a great example of, woe betide you trading against the trend. So we risked 0.5% and we've loaned the market 0.5%. It's took it off us. Let's put the hand in our pocket and took the money out. So I do want to trade against the trend again, but further away. This market may well come off on the all-time record highs and then close this gap. Do I want to risk 0.5% again? We need to be at least 80 points away, ideally 160 points away for a gap lunge. We've already closed the extreme gap and my ruler's not working. Yeah, I think we're sleeping dogs. I think I'll leave that.
And the NAS?
We'll put the alerts up here.
Eventually.
Alerts up here for a new all-time record high. Let's see if people profit take. The NASDAQ, well, NASDAQ's down 20 points.
Yeah, I was thinking about, what do we reckon? Are we going to hit the close, do you think? Is it favourable?
Well, when you consider, if you look here, bonk, 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 it's the only one of the American indices that hasn't hit an all-time record high. It's hanging on in there, full of technology companies, which is the hot topic at the moment and has been all year. It is the market that's run up the highest for the Santa rally, and it is over a decade the number 2 most probable indice to hit the highest return between November and January. So the kind of force is with us. However, on a 15-minute the trend is not, and we're trading under the price action here. If we start to see a closing bar on the 5-minute, a closing bar under CBOS, then I think all bets are off, and I think this market will seek a deeper retrace.
Yeah.
If it closes below CBOS, but CBOS is being bought, as you can see.
Yeah.
To defend it, and our stop's quite well positioned below that. I would tend to think that if this shows up a nice 15-minute bar, so we haven't even got ring lows here. There's that 2 ring low there, another 2 ring low here. We've not got any fantastic positive momentum to the downside. It's not showing its hand at the moment. It's testing CBOS, but if we were on the flat top here and the market closed under CBOS, then you'd kind of change. You'd have to change your mind because it then is doing something different. But for the moment, there is no appetite at the daily pivot. Normally, you get the pivot boys buying up. There's no appetite. For
no, there wasn't, was there? That's what I was saying. I thought when it gets to the pivot, then we'll probably be all right. But it's gone to the pivot and come off it. It's not.
There is quite an old school trade here. So in you trade this with the trend, you look at the 15-minute bar on the open, and you measure in the 15-minute bar. That's from half past to 1:45, and you take the 15-minute bar in the direction of that trend. A break of that 15-minute bar, whether it is green or whether it is red, it doesn't matter. The market is, the trend is your friend on this one. It would be ideal if that was a green bar as well, that would be great, and the market just falling off, but it actually isn't. So what you would, it works quite consistently if that 15-minute bar action trades. And it's nothing to do with orb, nothing to do with all that billy bollocks. It's nothing to do with that. This strategy is only on, this trade is only on the NASDAQ. Very similar to the 15-minute bar at 1:30 as well. Similar thing at 1:30, the market usually moves, and it usually moves in the direction of the trend, and the trend is up. 1 o'clock, where's 1:15, close at 1:30, the market moved up. Not a lot, but it did. And knowing that, you don't work on 15 minutes, and you work on 5. There's a whole bunch of rupees there, 53 points, which is it's more than a 15% ATR move. So again, that's a half past, it's a pre-cash 1 hour before the market opens trade. So this one here, you wouldn't be interested until we get a breakout of here, and then you are certainly not interested if you get a close under the cam, under CBOS. But for the moment, I think the technical term is it's just buggering about.
Yeah.
And not playing ball really.
So would you stay in at the moment?
Oh, definitely, yes. Absolutely, definitely. It's just finding some direction at the moment. All right. Jerome Francis, hey, on Fibonacci expansion only on 4th, on 4 hour, and respect those levels on all time frame. No idea what you mean there. Oh, Pepe, the trucker. Hiya, Pep. How you doing, mate? So, hey, Unk, do you use a Fibonacci expansion only on 4 hour and respect that level on all time frames, or do you use it on each specific time frame? Right, yeah, sorry, I didn't read it correctly. I use Fibonacci on every time frame that I want to trade. Doing multi-layer Fibonacci is the most powerful way to do it. So starting on your 4 hour, I think you were talking about expansions, weren't you? Starting on the 4 hour expansion, have a look at the 4 hour expansion. You might get a certain target, for instance, which is a 61.8 Fibo expansion. Drop down to the next level, so you do multi-level, multi-layer expansions.
Alert triggered.
Check at that 61 at the lower level. Does that correlate into a 78.6 or 100? It may not, but put those levels in, and then drop down to your 15-minute expansion and have a look at the overlay, how close they are together. And that will be a hot spot for people who are trading Fibo from 4 hours down to 15 minutes. And it gives you a really good indication of where the other Fibonacci boys are looking at. And it's pretty good. So if we can do this live now, I'll show you live. So just get rid of the cash pivots for the moment, so they don't influence us, and get rid of the trade. So we've got no influence, nothing being influenced here. Rule on Fibos with Aikanashi as well is when you get one bar in the opposite direction, does not count. One bar doesn't count on 4 hours, one bar doesn't count on 5 minutes, one bar just does not count. So expansion tool, this is effectively the low here, there, it's just about the same there. Go all the way up to the top. Some of the things you have to do, the things you hold to be true on this, we'll bring that down, and we'll put a 61% Fibo on that there. For instance, just as an example, we'll get rid of that. We'll drop down into the 1 hour, and we'll see if we can get some correlation around that key Fibonacci. Right, now we're dropping down into 1 hour, and the 1 hour is slightly different. This is the 1 hour from here, same high point, but a really low point there. So we've got another 61.8% Fibo here, my tools stamp in whether it's 1 hour or 4 hour, as you can see. And then I'll put the 78.6 up here as well. It's above the breakout range here, 4 hour breakout range. I'll get rid of that as well. And then I'll drop down into 15 minutes and see if there's anything here we can have a look at. Well, not particularly. And running an expansion tool from a lower low and lower high is never a good thing to do. So you wouldn't do that. You can't expand a phase wave when the phase wave's going down. Doesn't make any sense at all. And you'll get a rubbish reading anyway. So you've got this run here with a pull down all the way down here and an expansion probably back up into here. I'll show you. But I would never do this as a trader. So we've got this multi-layer here. There's 161% Fibo there, right into that area there. Delete. So what we have got is a hot spot here from 4 hour and 1 hour, and we can draw that in back and use this. Actually, we could put a box in here. We've got a box of interest. So from the 2 Fibonacci's that we've done, let's configure that box, and then we can come and go and have a look at that. I've just gone and coloured a horizontal line, haven't I? What a moped. Let me just get the box. Right. Full colour. Bonk. So that's where we want the market to go. That's what we expect from the Fibonacci on 4 hour and 1 hour expansion. So now what we can do, let's see how that relates to the cash pivots. So we can then show the cash pivots. Is it close to a cash pivot? No, it isn't. It's in space, but it is below the 2-day high, easily achievable. If we can get beyond the daily pivot, then that would be nice. The market is coming very close to the C-boss here, coming down. We'll show the trade. Our stops are down at 25,435 area. The market's been driven down, isn't it? So are we going to take a 0.5% loss on here, which is a little bit disappointing, taking 0.5% loss on the Dow and 0.5% loss on the NASDAQ, only to make 1% on the S&P, which means to say it's just a waste of time, really. Was that of any use? Obviously not of no use to any YouTubers, because they've all nearly disappeared.
Yeah. So despite that though, it looks as though we're going down first, doesn't it?
Well, just because the Fibonacci gives you expansion doesn't mean the market's going to expand. It just means that's where the expansion targets are.
Yeah.
But while we're trading under C-boss, then I think we can walk away. We're not going to do very well, and I can't see Germany. So it looks like we may have been stopped for a full 1% on the DAX. We'll have to have a look at that. I'm going to put an alert down here to give us a heads up that we're going to get stopped out here. The favourite today for me would be the favourite here. Where is it? The US 500. If we can attract the Mickey Longs. Right, so this is a real area of interest that I wanted the market to come down to. So we have got a 2-ring low being put in here now. So this is ripe for looking for a reversal trade. And if you remember, it's Clive in the room. Yeah, Clive's in the room. This is the old school. Have I got the blank in? We'll put this in. The case study into the blank. Right. And that would be and I'll record that in now. That is certainly the buy, and there is, just do a 1-to-1. Is buying the pivot, stop under the low, daily low here. If I can get that market to come down at. Yeah, just know that daily low, and that's what we're looking at. Very old school trading, under the daily low. Buy the day, you buy the pivot, and you just let the market run, and you do that every day. These are the different positions that were bought, and started to record them. But that's just a study on buying the daily pivot. Very old school. Let's go back to the normal chart. So there we go. What I would be interested in would be a rise trade, actually. The market is overcooked. It's certainly oversold. And we've been stopped on the NASDAQ for half, which was a wee bit a disappointment. But we're up on oil. Crude's coming down nicely. So a quick look at crude before we analyze this to go long on this. Hey, the whiskey's on Andrea today. There's a target being hit. Fun every dozy. Right, so that was a multi-bagger on crude. It did do where it said in the can, so that was nice. Going to take the money on the bot, close the bot off, there we go. So, right, we don't need that fracker on. We're not going to use a fractal for this. So let's just start at the 4 hour. See just turn the pivots off. Just what time is it? Oh heck, I hadn't realized. Jerome, yeah, thank you for trying out the 15-minute strategy with a 2-minute. All right, very welcome, Jerome. Shame I can't type back. It's bloody this chimp won't allow me to. I can't type in anything. It's not allowed. I don't think something's gone wrong. Well, there's a surprise. If I open this, if I can go to a different screen. So yeah, this is a lot of flipping rubbish. I don't know why YouTube has the problem. I really don't. So if I switch, if I can get myself on here and watch myself, I can comment on it maybe. Yes, I can. There we go. Crazy when you have to do that, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Any other questions that I can help with? One thing for people that might be interested is we're probably going to, we tried live streaming all morning inside the room, but I think what we'll do is maybe next Friday we'll just open up on the American Open and stream all afternoon. What I am going to do is I'm going to live stream on the 22nd and 23rd all morning, and I think I'll just leave it on YouTube as well. So if people are interested and want to join on the 22nd for 4 or 5 hours and on the 23rd and ask questions, then you're more than welcome. watching all your videos and gathering information. Right, okay. So I'll give the address to the bottle of whiskey that she'll have for Christmas, your rum. I'll just put that on one side. I was Bridget will know this. I was going to make a comment about Yorkshire, but I won't. Right. Oh, Andy, yeah, be good to see you. Andy Argent, where is that? It's not, I haven't put it on YouTube yet. It's just an idea, Andy, that I had that we'd do it. I'm off out to Spain tonight, and doing the live stream on Tuesday next week and Friday next week, but with the options expiry or happening on the 19th, I would think a lot of the big players are going to be out of the market by then. So the market will move in little bursts with lots of retail trades, I think, following trades. And when that happens, it moves in a fractal sequence. So we can use fractal tools. So we can use some frackers and do a lot of practice in fractal trading. And that could be quite good. So I won't be talking live constantly for 4 or 5 hours. Hopefully some of the guys in the room will join in if you haven't already got your Christmas party hats on, I don't know. And we can just trade and see how many rupees we can rip out of the market. That could be quite fun. So what I want to do on here is, because I've got to run, I've got 2 minutes before I need to pack up. And then I've got 15 minutes to pack my bags, take the power off, shut everything up and run for I've got a cab picking me up. Hopefully there's no traffic and we'll be at the airport in good time. But rather than talk, the ATR, let's have a look on the daily edge. That surprises me, don't Jeff, right. Have a good flight, Sue. Jeff, not so sunny, not so warm in Northumberland. Well, I'm in Redcar, so, well, yeah, it's a beautiful place, beautiful part of the country, Northumberland. I love it, it's beautiful. But, yeah, hopefully I'm getting out the way of the damp area. So, Jeff's where is that? Yorkshire, yeah. Out for now, yeah. There's a saying in Yorkshire, out for now, and yeah. When I had my management consultancy, shouldn't say this on YouTube, but I wouldn't deal with anyone from Yorkshire because I never paid the bills, and they always wanted out for now or a big discount. So I used to avoid people from Yorkshire. It's just a trade. I found the hardest customers to get were towards the Scottish border and Scotland. But if you've got a Scottish client, they used to pay you straight away. Absolutely brilliant at paying. But there we go. Right, that's all behind me now. I don't work now. Well, I do. I'm doing this. This is work. So let's get back on the topic very, very quickly before I digress yet again. ATR, 18 pip ATR on here. That reminds me, and I'm surprised you haven't got the daily edge, Andy. 18 pips. We're going to go into here, 18 pip stop. That should take us, yeah, it's good enough. 18 pips on a rise trade, guys. 18 pips. I'm going to set this up to go all the way, at least double, at least 1 for 1, I should say. And we're going to buy the daily pivot when the market comes back up. We'll just round that up to 79. Round it down to 70. Round it down to 79, I should say. And as the market rises, we'll collect that up. And I'm going for a stretch target today. I'm going to go all the way up to here, which we forecast this morning. So we're looking for over 2.5% on there. The other thing I would trade again, but I can't because I've got to go, is if the market drops below CBOS area, in other words, drops into this area around the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, I would lower my rise trade to just above CBOS with the same ATR stop and with the same high target. And that could be very very rewarding. Oh shit, I'm 1 hour, a minute or two over. Quickly on the DAX. Come on. Right, yeah. So we got stopped for 1% profit, and flipping heck, we could. Right. So what I would be interested in doing here, I'm going to set this trade because I'm running. You like pictures? Ah, dear. I can take some photographs of my charts for you if you want, Andy. Right. We've got a 2-ring low here, and we can walk the dog on there if you want. So the guy's in the room. I haven't got time to explain on YouTube what walking the dog is, but everyone knows what walking the dog is. If you're going to walk the dog on here on the DAX and use a 30% ATR stop. So you'd be looking at 70 pips. And on that, I'm going to have to go, guys, because I need to go and catch a plane. So thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you all on YouTube on Tuesday, and I'll see the rest of you guys when we're back live again. See you guys. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Safe trading.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye bye. Bye guys.